Hey, NASDOG, where you get the best dope on the markets. We're going to talk silver. I am your technical analyst human. Okay, that's where you use, people don't even, AI, man, they just believe in anything. They believe in anything. Really? Well, AI says it's not worth anything. Ha! Go figure. AI says Elon Musk is a bad guy and Bill Gates is a good guy. Ah! Anyway, what are we looking at here? We're looking at silver. Okay, now I'm going to show you here, if you're an old timer and you like old time charts or you study old time charts, this is the day session tweaked, okay, and for reasons why I use what I think are bank hours, okay? And here's a peek at some of these moving averages here. If you want, they're plain Jane. They're for somebody else. It's for a client, okay? So you need something. Anyway, let's go say what the chart looks like. Okay, here, this is when we printed 671. What is this? Hang on a second here. We get okay. All right. So this is the bank hours because we traded 64. Okay, we traded down here. Yeah, because we hit this moving average. Okay, this moving average, we hit it back right here. Let's see what it was at. Well, we hit it. Okay, just trust me. So this does not have the overnight. Okay, when we went down to 64, I believe we went down to 64. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we just got up to 88. Okay, so we went from here, we bounced up here. This is day session, okay? See, so you'd be looking for little gaps, like right here. You get this gap, you just buy it right here, and you bet on the gap, okay? I'm just talking how algos or how floor traders might look at this. Here, you could have possible island top here. Nothing's out of the... I just put up the sequence in bank hours, okay? And... I don't know what it is here. It doesn't matter here. 88.30, is it? It's something like that. 42, what was I? 88.09. Okay. So I just did that off the cuff in this chart here. I just used that data for moving averages here. Look at this. This pattern was broken here. See these diamonds? Okay. Well, what is it? Here, this chart, how you would use charts. Okay. These are old X's. Okay. I think they wanted to matter because I've been talking about this going forward in everything, in grains, okay, and we're over the powder blues, 2 of them or 3 of them, and so this is what this cattle looks like here. You could see this week we ran down into these levels. Well, what are those levels here? Here, I'll show you what they are here. Hang on a second here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It sure seems like there is some spying going on the network. Okay, so here's what it is. 38.15 here. I don't know what the low was here. 38.27 half. Okay, it missed by 12 cents. That's 5 ticks. Okay, so this is going to be a big area. This is going to be a big area. You know, maybe we hold intact. Who knows? Maybe we just get 2 red bars down and we take this olive line sell out. Olive line sell. We can take, you get over it, you got to run for cover. Here's some olive line sells here in the, this is August cattle. Here's Deese, look at this. This one's kind of sneaking right here. Here you got a low, here you got a low, here you got this stuff right here I have mapped out. Now you got a trend line right underneath here. This is in Deese lives. Okay, so if you're a hedger and you got baby cattle or however the sequence go, and, you just got back under these, okay? These would be numbers on the upside. That's just cattle. Let's go to beans and silver. I lied. I reserve the right to lie. Here, we went to gold instead. Here, look at this, 51.50 here. We just went down here. Okay, so here, up here, how do you read your charts, Alan? You could see there's an orange one and you could see there's a green one here. So if there's an orange, there's probably an olive on the upside, if that's the way the sequence is going. If you know nothing about charts, well, as a matter of fact, I got a guy that has an order to sell it up here, 52.89. And here you could see here, we got a little head and shoulders top here. Here's the head, here's the left shoulder, here's the right shoulder. This line right here, okay, they kind of buy it against here, they kind of buy it against here. You challenge it. Here it's the high, okay? This is where you sell it with a 5-tick stop roll or something like that. And then here you come back up, you're selling it underneath the previous bar's high or something like that, and the close and the neckline. Okay, we did pull down to a green. There's another green that's got to be lower because this, no, we did not hit an olive here. So, you know, we just went down here to a green here. That's at 51.21, call it. Okay. Let's take a look at 24-hour silver. Okay, this is my favorite. You know, this is my favorite chart here. This is a daily here. Oh, you know what? Let's go look at a long-term chart here. Okay, this is a 480-minute chart. Okay, and you can see we posted a 7 here. You can see we posted a 7 here. You see a 7 here. 2 7s here. Okay. So what I do is I share this artwork that are levels, okay, like this green trend line here, okay? I would tell you, look at it, it's the high of this bar. Okay, look at this. Here, did we close over it? I don't know. Is your trend line off of like 0.001%? You know? So in any event here, you're just looking for little, if you're trading, day trading, or swing trading, you know, you'd sell something with a new high stop. You know, if in fact you got here, this line, the green line's the high exact. I got another one up here, okay, which, you know, they'll all play. They will all play. Guess I could take this one off, right? You know, so you clean up your charts. Here, look at this. See this kind of breakout here, and you got all this other crap right down here, you know. And then here you got a little head and shoulders breakout. Here you go. Here, then this was you like your scale down buying it. Okay, that'd be gold. Where are we going long term? Listen, we got the state. Okay, here's soybeans here. Actually, we're back up. We're getting some two-sided trade here. I know it's only a dime range. These are a couple smaller olives. Okay, they're just pivots. This is a trend line here. This is not one of those orange horizontals. Here, see, this is an orange horizontal. Orange, thin, thick olives. Okay. This is corn, nothing. This is a weekly chart here, corn. Okay. July corn looks like this. 435 down here. This is when we went down. Here, let's take a peek at this chart. Okay, just to give you a peek. If you want, see some of the stuff. This is old from last year, you know, so... me being where I do not delete, I do not try to clean up my chart because you put it on a 3-minute chart or something like that. Say you're looking for a swing chart, you tell me what you're looking for. I'll give you enough where, you know, they'll be the pivots. So anyway, you know, we could get back over here in the beans. Okay, funds are now long. That was pretty fast. Okay, what else we got? Here's crude oil here. You know, this was the last time with this Iran thing, you know, we were looking to sell it, right? You know, because, you know, everybody's like, whatever, they're buying it on war, okay? Here, well, let's look at this, okay? So here we are buying it on war here, okay? This is $62 and this is 67 up by the high, okay? So a little bit less than 10% here, you know, in a week and a half. These are becoming, here, look at this. So we open up here, and then all of a sudden we stay the 1 bar. Now here we are challenging this area right here. Okay, so here you got under here, and then it's the high at the end of the day. I am just telling you, this is how these algos pin this stuff to, you know, to close where they want. It's very similar to election dominion, you know. Somebody having dominion computer code over you, you know, it's like the vax. What are you putting in your body? Well, I don't know. I just trust the guy that's doing it. So this is meal, okay? Here you can see this is the yearly, okay? Here you kind of hear it's the high here, and then we're kind of swaying over here. Funds are long. As a matter of fact, they might be kind of flat here. You know what? Strike that on. Here you had an olive line buy. I'm sorry, this is a trend line. This is an olive buy. 290. Remember, we were down here before. That's why it's very iffy. But if you get back over it, here you see a 7 right there. As a matter of fact, what does that look like? That's soybean meal here. Let's go to bean oil. I guess I should just do the high flyers. Stocks, I'm sorry. You know what? We just opened here. I'll get to stocks. Here's bean oil here. Let me take off. That's open interest here. Funds are buying the bean oil here. This is 49 now. This is July. This is May. Okay, so they're slightly higher, right? That'd be for interest, and that's why the May-July spread, July is 14 cents over. Anyway, so here we had some levels down here, and it just comes out here. This actually came back down to where one of these gaps were, right down here where it started. See that? Came right down where we had this thing, and now we're getting ready to do another one of these USDA. I'm sorry, it might be EPA. They're called RIM allowances, and if they can mix it in with crude. Here's the NASDAQ. Oh, why didn't you do that first? We're just in a big trading range here. You can see. And you know what? We are just in a big trading range. So these numbers haven't changed, okay? I have a local, a day trader trading off them. Same thing. Here, 900, what was it, 708. Yeah, and then here you had an all buy, you get this rally. Here you come back, they're buying it again over the lows. And then here you come back 2 bars and you print, okay? And this is where we are. Underneath here, let's go look at this a little longer term. This is the NASDAQ, okay? I hear people think that this is value, okay? So this is what we look like. Here's this trend line off the top here. This is good for trading here. You could, if it goes intraday, they're good for pivots here. We went up and tagged the powder blues 3 days up here. Okay, see right here. Anyway, so we did come up from quite a ways, and let's go look at the S&P, and then I think we'll do a wrap here. What about wheat? Nobody trades wheat. Okay, this is the S&P. You can see we're stronger here. And this is just what I have here. I don't have a lot of interest in the people, clients trading S&Ps. So if you want to, I'm your guy. Here you can see we took out this last bar's low, and now here we are coming back here. What is this, 68.91-ish? A couple areas right here. What is that, 87? Okay, 87. We'll see. So Trump, yesterday's talk early was 15% worldwide tariff. Okay. The gloves are off. Speaking macro, okay, just to give, I don't want to get political. How can you not fucking be political if in trading markets? Okay, so what you do is you have a lot of these U.S. corporations, these globalists, these multinationals, and they get tax benefits to fire U.S. workers and hire foreign workers. They get a tax break, okay? I've known it for a decade, longer, okay? That's the rule. So we'll see here. On the State of the Union, you're going to have the SCOTUS, the Supreme Court of the United States, sitting front row, okay? And Trump had said that he thought there was foreign influence. Here, we're going to look at the softs here. I'm not going to go through these here, but and so Trump has this, and all the idiots, all the guilty idiots aren't going to come again. These are the same idiots last time that sat down when that guy, remember DJ? Remember that black kid that had 14 brain operations, so he actually had all these different, like 13 personalities or something, or 14, whatever it was. Nice young man that was appointed Secret Service or something by Trump. They couldn't even stand. So these are the same guys that aren't going, and I've said it the whole time, there will be no peaceful transfer of power. This is cotton here, man. Cotton is a buy. Okay, cotton went down here. We got the olives. This is, okay, we were in olive territory. Here's a thin one. This one probably goes with this thick one. This one, I don't know. Okay, but they were here. Here, look at this. You go from the olive up to the green, X's and the green. Okay, what is that? 80, 66, 8. This thing's a freaking buy. This thing's a freaking buy. And then here, so, listen. Can we break a couple hundred here? Another trend line breakout here as we speak. Put a little blue trend line there. Here you can see over here. I have it small because we want to see this part, okay? How to play it and how you can use my charts to make money, okay? And if it gets over or something like that, it's not like, oh, I thought, okay? This is rules that the algos use. If you need anything, you can email me, or you could favorite me if I'm on social media. Give me a thumbs up or whatever it is. It's the DOA, Degradation of America. Now instead of, well, don't get me started on the AI. So have a nice day. Always use a risk stop to stop the risk. ARP@NASDOG.com. Thanks for watching.